question number 34. Square tiles of side x centimeters are to be stuck to a wall so that they fill a rectangular space 240 centimeters by 160 centimeters. Some of the tiles are shown in diagram 1. The tiles are to be fit into this wall. And now we need to write an expression in terms of x for the number of tiles that will fit across the top row. The top is 240 centimeters. Each tile is of length x. So basically we're looking at, so this is the first part, all right. We're looking at x centimeters for one tile. And therefore what we're saying is that 1 centimeter will be filled by 1 over x tiles. Therefore, sorry, I would say that for 240 centimeters, we need 240 times 1 over x tiles. So this is the answer, 240 over x tiles. And then, given that 600 tiles are required to fill the whole space, calculate x. Now the whole space has an area of, let's write it down here, 160 times 240 comes to 38,400. So that means if we need 600 tiles, so 600 times the area of one tile, which is x squared, okay, is equal to 38,400. So therefore x is going to be equal to this divided by that. It's going to come to 64, and then you do the square root. So the answer is 8. Done. Second part. Diagram 2 shows another rectangular space which is 240 by 160 centimeters. This is to have one row of rectangular tiles stuck inside each edge so that they cover the unshaded area only. Okay. Now, the tiles are measured y centimeters by y minus 5. As can be seen, this is y centimeters, and this is small space is y minus 5. Okay. Write down an expression in terms of y for the number of tiles that will fit across the top row. The top row is 240, so we're going to use the same logic. So I'm going to say then 240 divided by, this time it is of length y minus 5. So y minus 5, and that's the number of tiles needed for the top row. Here we are. Second part, given that 44 tiles, okay, we're saying that 44 tiles are required to fill the whole unshaded area. Okay, so let me find the unshaded area. Form an equation and show that it reduces to 3y squared minus 65y plus 100 is equal to 0. Okay, so how are we going to do this? First of all, let me just find the unshaded area. Unshaded area is this this whole area minus the shaded area. What is the shaded area then? A shaded area is this length, which is 160 minus y and y. So 160 minus 2y multiplied by the length, the breadth, the length here is 240 minus this part and this part. So 240 minus 2 times y minus 5. So what we're looking at is 160 minus 2y times 200 minus minus plus, 2 times 5 is 10 plus 240 is 250 minus 2y. So let's try and go ahead and expand this. Now if you were to expand this, okay, how much would it be? 160 times 250 is 40,000. 160 times minus 2 plus 2 times 250. So that's minus 500 minus 320, so minus 820. Minus minus plus becomes 4y squared. 2 times 2 is 4. So 4y squared. So this is the shaded area. Now we know that the whole area was calculated and it was found to be 38,400. So we're going to say the unshaded area is equal to the whole area, which is 38,400, minus the shaded area 40,000, minus 820y plus 4y squared. So 38,400 minus this is minus 1,600. Minus minus becomes plus. We got plus 820y, and then plus minus becomes minus, so we got minus 4y squared. Now, what about the unshaded area again? The unshaded area we are saying now, because we need 44 tiles to fill that unshaded area. So it's going to be equal to 44 tiles multiplied by the area of one tile. Remember, one tile is measuring y minus 5 times y. That's one tile. Okay, so 44 times the area, which is y times y minus 5. So this unshaded area is equal to that unshaded area. So we can equate both of them. So equating, we got then, therefore, y into y minus 5 is equal to minus 1,600 plus 820y minus 4y squared. So this is then y squared minus 5y. No, hang on. This is 44. 44y squared minus 44 times 5 is 220. Yes. So we got then minus 220y. Okay, all of that's got to 1,600 plus 820y minus 4y squared. Now we're going to rearrange this, and if you were to rearrange this, 44 plus 4 is 48, y squared minus 820 is minus 1,040 y, and this comes here, plus 1,600 is equal to 0, and you can divide both sides by 3. I mean by 16. So if you divide this by 16, you're going to get 3y squared. Minus this divided by 16 turns out to be 65. Divided by 16 is 100. It's equal to 0. And we have shown that the area is equal to this because they ask us to prove that it's going to be equal to all of that here. Okay, can you 3y squared minus 65y plus 100, and here we are. Now we need to solve this equation. Okay, so if we were to solve this equation now, let's do it by formula. So we can say that for the third part, all right, the second part, and this is the first. So we're going to say that y is equal to minus b plus or minus a root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. So let's do that. So that's going to turn out to be 65 plus or minus a root of b squared, that is 65 to minus 65 to the square minus 4 times a times c minus 4 times 3 times 100, all of that divided by 2 times a, which is 3, then this becomes 65 to the square, okay, minus 4 times 3 times, this is 1200, 3025, take the square root of that, 55. So plus or minus 55 divided by 6. So one value of y turns out to be 65 plus this is 120 divided by 6. No, hang on, 65 minus 55, 65, okay, minus 55, divided by 6, turns out to be 5 over 3. So one value of y is 5 over 3. The other one is 65 plus this is 3. Okay, 65 plus 55 is 120. Divided by 6, you get 20. So there we go. And I've got y is equal to 20. And then we need to solve this equation and hence find the length of the shortest side of the tile. Okay, the shorter side of the tile is going to be equal to 20 minus 5, because y minus 5 is the shortest side. You can't take 5 over 3 take away 5. 5 over 3 take away 5 is going to give you a negative number, and length cannot be negative. Hence, we got 15 centimeters. Here we are for this question. Take care. Not bad, I would say.